Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Asha. This is our van Turtle.
Right now we're at the Underground Railroad Trail, and this is our way out.
The cab area is a great area for us to store things when we're in this mode, when we're in kind of living mode, and both of our seats spin around. We didn't make any too many adjustments or changes to the cab area. I think the one modification we did make is this shelf here that we kind of use for additional storage. The other great thing about this shelf is that it's a great footrest. So especially for us shorter people, it's quite comfortable to kind of sit here and have a place to rest our feet. And this is where the kids kind of sit and hang out when we're driving. We have a lagoon table here that swivels, pretty big table for them to have rest their snacks on. We added these cup holders because that was one of the things we realized we didn't have for them when we were driving, for them somewhere to put their drinks. And so we just got these and they have them now. The curtains, I made them, and the pattern just makes me really happy and feel at home. And this is the main cupboard. This is the snack and game cupboard. So when we're driving, the kids can access their snacks and their games without leaving their seat. At the beginning of a trip, this is completely filled to the brim with fruits and nuts and snacks, all chips and all different types of snacks, and the kids can just reach into them and grab them. We have a little alcove here that we kind of just keep our climate related stuff. So we have some bug repellent and bug spray, and this is just filled with hats and gloves because you just never know about the climate. So we have this in the easy spot. Like if you're in the mountains, it could be really warm during the day but very cold at night, so we just leave this here for when we need it. And then behind here you can see we have our carbon monoxide and smoke alarm detector, just to be safe. So in addition to the kids being very comfortable, this came as a cargo van. We wanted them to be able to see the beautiful views both when we were parked and when we were driving. So it was a must for us to have windows on both sides, large windows on both sides, and so the kids could see out freely and see what we're seeing while we're driving up in front. And then this cupboard here is more safety things. This is just for emergency purposes. We have like our first aid kits, our bear spray, our fire extinguisher, and some lanterns. So very easy things to kind of grab if we ever feel like we're in some trouble. And then behind you is just the storage area up here, and we're able to store a lot of things in here, but mainly we just use it for our linens and our pillows and part of our bed system. So welcome to our kitchen area. One of the decisions that we had to make, and we thought very carefully about, is how to balance the counter size with making sure we had enough aisle room for us to like get past each other when someone was here cooking. And so I think we actually did a very good job. We have enough counter space and enough aisle space, so we balanced really, really well. So our counter, we have this kind of cover here for more counter space, but that when you pull it out, we have our very deep sink that we're able to kind of throw pots and pans in if we are being lazy, or if we need to hurry up and go somewhere, and we can wash it when we get to the campsite. The cupboards here are mainly food related, so again, we just came back from another trip, so one of the things that I do is clear out the van with all of the food because I don't want any pests when the van is parked. But this one we usually keep all of our like coffee, hot chocolate, and tea stuff in here, and then here is more kind of dry goods and inside. We have this pull-out pantry right here, which has our other kind of canned goods and stuff we keep in ball jars, like grains and popcorn and beans. And this is also where we house our induction stove. So we decided not to go with the burner that was inside the counter. We wanted to be able to use this counter, so we just pull this out. We originally had two, but we realized we only need one because a lot of the cooking that we do, we have an outdoor kitchen setup where we use a propane grill that has two grills on it. So we use that when we're at a spot. But this is great when maybe it's raining or we want to cook a quick meal and we only needed one. And then the final drawer in here houses some of our big pots. And then Mike made this like little movable compartment thing that keeps our cans from kind of shifting back and forth. But we can take it out when we don't use it. But it's been very, very useful. On this side we have 4 drawers, and this is our utensils and things that we use to cook with. This is our junk drawer, and everything is open, push open. This just has kind of like our batteries and just odds and ends. This is our plates, and we use a lot of dishes that are collapsible and nested also to kind of help with storage, and it's worked out really well. And then this last drawer is just pots and pans that are again nested, and so we have like maybe about 5 different pots and pans, and they take up very, very little space. And then the last thing with the kitchen area is our refrigerator. We decided to use just like a regular dorm refrigerator. We use this lock here to make sure it doesn't fly open when we're on some really rough roads, because we are on some really rough roads. And then on top of here, we just keep usually extra drinking water that we bring with us at the beginning of a trip. We have our towels and washcloths safely in here so they don't get wet or dirty. And then the other great thing is a mirror. We have this mirror here, and I can see chin up, but everyone else can see a little bit more, and it works really nicely. You just glue it on. This is not really glass, so we don't have to worry about the shattering. It's some other material, and it works nicely. So if that is our living area, I consider this kind of our den or our family room. So we have a big, luxurious couch for us to kind of lounge on. I love to kind of take off my shoes and just sit back and look at the beautiful views out on this window, when this door is open, or look at the beautiful views out here. And it's quite comfortable. These are mattresses that I made the covers for, and again, it's another pattern that just makes me feel really good, and it's just a great space to kind of hang out. Again, these are push to open. This we have just, like extra lanterns. We have propane for our kitchen setup for the outside. We have an extension cord, a vacuum, and a box full of tools. And again, we have plenty of space to put things, plenty of storage space to put things. We also had another drawer here, but we took the face off because eventually it just became a place for us to store our firewood, and that worked really well. So like if we ever got to a campsite really late and we wanted to do a fire, we have some to get it started, and that's worked out really really nicely. Welcome to our bathroom area. I'm proud of everything in the van, but I think I'm very, very proud of the bathroom area because that was something that was really concerning to me. To have 4 people, for all of us to feel like we had our privacy when we needed it, and to also cut down on smells and be a little streamlined in our, waste management. And we did a really good job. So first things first, is privacy. So when someone needs to come and use the bathroom, we have a folding door here that you just close. And it's that simple. Usually this is just the kind of an extra seating area, but when you need to use it as a bathroom, you can just lift this up, take this out, and this is our toilet area. So our toilet is a very simple system. It was do it ourselves. We made a composting toilet. We have a urine diverter. In the back, afterwards you just use this coconut core and you pour it on and pour it on, and then the urine diverter takes the urine and it's in its own little container underneath the van, that when we're in appropriate places, we're able to kind of let out. And so this has worked really, really well. There's no smells. It's very simple, very easy, and I've been pleasantly surprised about how well it has worked for us as a family of 4. So now that you know about our toilet situation, what about the shower situation? So again, we have a lot of space here. Our shower head is right here that we use. Everything here is encased in fiberglass, so we don't have to worry about leaks. So once this door is closed, we have a pretty wide area to wash ourselves in. And so the one way we do that is when we're ready to take a shower, the door is closed, but I'm gonna leave it open so you can kind of see. This part of the floor lifts up, and as you can see, there's a drain here that goes into our gray water tank that's underneath the van. So we lift up that floor, and then we have this pull down shade for both privacy and for water. We also keep like a little collapsible bucket here, so if you don't want to take a full shower and you just kind of want to wash yourself, you can do that as well. So this is what the shower bathroom area looks like from the other side. So again, you can see that there's plenty of space here for you to wash, but when you're not using the bathroom as a bathroom, it's a free-flowing space that we can go right outside the van in. And also, one of the great things about having this long shower head is that we're able to kind of wash things outside of the van, our feet, if anything, if they're dirty before we even come into the shower. And when the bathroom is not in use, this is what it looks like most of the day. It's another great spot to kind of chill out. And when we have this, like even now, it's just a beautiful breeze. The door is wide open, and it's another place to kind of hang out and sit out.
Before we continue with the tour, we wanted to give you a little bit of insight into our background and what influenced the decisions that we made as we went through the conversion.
We always enjoy being in the outdoors. We raised our kids going to camping multiple times each year. And as we got older, we decided we wanted to do even more traveling around the US and camping as well. And upgrading to a van was a wonderful way to do it. At first we thought we would probably wait until we retired, until we had more time, but a couple of things made us realize to just seize the moment and make these special memories with our teens as they got older.
We were planning a trip in 2020 to travel across the country, outside of the pandemic, the thing that really stopped our plans was us just looking at the social and political climate in this country. In order for us to feel safe traveling through areas that we never been to before, in rural areas, we really felt like we needed to know that we had places that when we showed up we were going to be welcome. And that's what sparked us to start Way Out. And our first project on Way Out is the Above Ground Railroad.
And so the Above Ground Railroad is a collection of lands where Black people can feel safe and feel like they belong no matter where they go across this country. And we can experience some of the beautiful scenic wonders that this land has to offer.
So before we get back into the tour, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're going to have lots more content coming up, including some of our travels as we travel along the railroad and connect with more people. I'll guide you through the more technical aspects of the van and get into some of the specs. This is a Ram ProMaster 2500. A couple things we did to kind of upgrade was we added all-terrain tires, and we also added some support to the shocks in the front and in the back to stop the van from swaying so much. Underneath there are 3 tanks actually. There's one tank for fresh water, which is about 30 gallons. There is a 20-gallon gray water tank for the sink and shower, and then there's a separate small tank for the urine diverter. You have a sliding screen door that comes out, and we're able to like keep the bugs out, and you can still keep the view in. This is our inlet for the water. This is the vent for the toilet. We have a small 12-volt fan that we use to pump air out. Our spare tire, which is typically underneath the van, but because we installed tanks under the van, we needed a place to put the spare tire. I guess it's not a garage, this is our shed, I guess you could call it. This is where we keep our camping chairs, our propane stove. We have a couple fishing rods. There's a small compartment underneath where we keep our electrical hookups, our water hookups, as well as tools that we may need to do repairs as we travel. And over here we have our electrical inlet where we can hook up to 30 amp, or we can hook up to typical household outlet. So on the top we have 3 100-watt solar panels and of course the 2 max air fans. We found that 300 watts has been pretty good for us. The only thing that draws a lot of electricity that we have is there's 2 things: the refrigerator and the induction cooktop. We're not living in our van full time, so but we are taking trips, for a couple weeks long, and so we haven't had much of an issue. If it turns out that the battery is running a little bit low, and we just use it more sparingly and just don't rely on it when we don't need it. We can cook by fire. We can live outdoors and live simply, which is one of the commitments that we made in traveling. Is we're trying to embrace living more simply and living with less. This is our main electrical panel. This is the battery monitor. There's also a temperature sensor on the battery. These are the light switches, and then we have a water pump switch as well. USB ports right here, and there are also USB ports on the other side, so if someone's sitting on this couch area, they can use a USB port as well. We have outlets that are spread throughout, one under the table under here that you can plug into. There's an outlet in the kitchen that we use for the induction cooktop, and there's another outlet down here which is outside of where the screen is, so that you're able to access it with the door open and not have to open and close the screen. For heat, we have a Webasto heater which kind of siphons a little bit off of the gas tank, and this is the thermostat for the heater. Our electrical components are all housed in this compartment right here. We have a 300 amp hour lithium deep cycle battery and a 2000 watt pure sine inverter in here. So if you made it this far in the tour, you probably have one big question, which is probably the first question that we get from people when they come into this space. How in the world do 4 people sleep inside of this van? And so the way that the bedding situation works, these mattresses actually become our bed. And then underneath there, you have a mattress down low, and we have a mattress that comes down from the top. And there's a second bed that comes down.
So this is our nighttime setup. The kids, whenever they're ready, they can come in, hit the button, and the bunk beds will come down. For Mike and I, this is our amazing bed. If you can remember, these are the same cushions that go on our couch during the day. These become our mattresses. We have our linens, we keep blankets and our fitted sheets over here to cover it, and we have our pillows. And so everything in here, I made them, and it gives us a lot of privacy. And one of my favorite things to do is, sometimes in the morning, if we're just having kind of a lazy morning, I can sit back real comfortable here if we don't want to put up the bed, and sometimes the kids will just chill out here until we're ready to start our day. And for nighttime or daytime entertainment, we have a projection screen here that we can use for movie night or gaming night. We, when it's raining or when we're stealthed and stuck in the van, we can still have our entertainment. We have our projector in here, small projector that we pull out, and it's really great. You can see it from anywhere in the van, and we can have a great movie night. So thank you for taking this tour with us. We hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. This is a brand new channel. We don't know how often we're going to post, so you definitely want to hit the bell for notifications. If you have a specific question that you want to know a little bit more about, post them in the comments below, and we'll either respond to the comments, or we'll do, based on how many people say the same thing, we'll do a video especially around that.
And be sure to check the description as well for a link to Way Out and to learn more about the above ground railroad.
And we hope to see you somewhere way out.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Asha. This is our van Turtle.
Right now we're at the above ground railroad trail, and this is our way out.
Underground.
Oh. Above ground.